America, the land of the free. But freedom has always come with a price. For black civil rights leaders in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, that price was constant surveillance, harassment, and, in some cases, assassination. The enemy? Not just racist extremists, but the very government sworn to uphold justice. At the center of this war on civil rights was J. Edgar Hoover, the powerful and paranoid director of the FBI. In 1956, he launched COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program, initially designed to disrupt communist activities. But as the civil rights movement gained momentum, the FBI turned its sights on a new so-called threat: black leaders demanding justice. To understand COINTELPRO, we must understand the era in which it was born. The Cold War gripped America in fear of communist infiltration. Hoover, already suspicious of any form of radical activism, saw civil rights leaders not as champions of equality, but as dangerous agitators, potential revolutionaries who could disrupt the status quo. The FBI's goal was clear: silence the movement by any means necessary. Martin Luther King Jr., the face of the nonviolent struggle for equality, was seen as a direct threat to white supremacy. Through wiretaps, informants, and relentless psychological warfare, the FBI sought to discredit him. In 1964, an anonymous letter, later revealed to be from the FBI, urged King to take his own life, threatening to expose alleged affairs and ruin his reputation. Despite these attacks, King pressed on, until his assassination in 1968. Many still question the FBI's involvement in his death. Malcolm X was another prime target. A fiery orator and fierce critic of systemic racism, he openly condemned America's hypocrisy. The FBI sought to fracture his alliances, infiltrating the Nation of Islam and exacerbating tensions between Malcolm and its leader, Elijah Muhammad. When Malcolm X was gunned down in 1965, questions swirled. Who really ordered his execution? While the official story points to internal rivalries, declassified documents show the FBI's deep infiltration of both the Nation of Islam and Malcolm's own organization, raising chilling possibilities. But COINTELPRO saved its most brutal tactics for the Black Panther Party. Founded in 1966, the Panthers provided free breakfast programs, community health clinics, and protection against police brutality. Yet, the FBI labeled them the greatest threat to internal security. Informants infiltrated the group, planting false information to ignite conflicts. But the most infamous act of COINTELPRO's war came on December 4, 1969. In a pre-dawn raid, Chicago police, acting on FBI intelligence, stormed the home of Fred Hampton, a rising Panther leader. They fired nearly 100 bullets, killing Hampton as he slept. He was just 21 years old. The FBI called it a justified raid. The black community called it what it was: an execution. For years, COINTELPRO operated in the shadows. But in 1971, a group of activists broke into an FBI office in Pennsylvania, exposing the program to the public. In 1975, the U.S. Senate launched the Church Committee hearings, confirming that the FBI had illegally spied on, infiltrated, and destroyed civil rights movements. J. Edgar Hoover's legacy remains one of unchecked power, deception, and repression. And while COINTELPRO officially ended, its echoes are still felt today. From the surveillance of Black Lives Matter activists to FBI monitoring of modern civil rights leaders. The FBI's war on black leadership was designed to erase a movement, but history tells a different story. Though King, Malcolm, and Hampton were taken from us, their words remain. Their fight continues. The question we must ask ourselves now is, what will we do with this knowledge? Because as long as people fight for justice, the powers that be will find ways to silence them. And as history has shown, if we don't remain vigilant, history will repeat itself.